Imagine leaving home to pick up dinner. Your wife seems calm. Your children are eating, playing, and getting ready for the evening. Less than an hour later, you return to silence. Your wife is lying injured outside. And inside the house, your 3 children are gone. Now, more than 3 years later, you are called to testify against the woman who killed them. But instead of describing her as evil, you tell the jury she was sick. Tonight, we're talking about the trial of Lindsay Clancy and the father caught between unimaginable grief, mental illness, and the search for legal responsibility. Welcome to the podcast, You Can't Unhear. Patrick Clancy met Lindsay in South Boston in 2013. They began dating that summer, moved in together 2 years later, and married in December 2016. Lindsay worked as a labour and delivery nurse at Massachusetts General Hospital. She helped bring babies into the world. Colleagues described her as competent, caring, and deeply committed to her work. Patrick would later describe their marriage as loving, and Lindsay as an attentive mother. That version of their life matters, because both sides in the trial agree on something important. Lindsay loved her children. What they disagree about is what was happening inside her mind on the night she killed them. Their first child, Cora, was born in December 2017. Patrick testified that Lindsay experienced a difficult physical recovery after the delivery. When her maternity leave ended, she struggled with anxiety about leaving the baby and returning to work. But eventually, life appeared to stabilize. Their second child, Dawson, was born in September 2019. Again, Lindsay's recovery was painful. Again, her anxiety intensified when she prepared to return to work. This time, she briefly sought therapy. Patrick's testimony described a pattern. During maternity leave, Lindsay often appeared comfortable caring for the children. The approaching return to work, however, seemed to trigger fear, guilt, and emotional collapse. Their third child, Callan, was born in May 2022. Patrick described that summer as one of the happiest periods of their marriage. They went to the beach, spent time on a boat, visited friends, took family photographs. For several months, nothing suggested the tragedy ahead. Then Patrick returned to work in late August. Lindsay was scheduled to resume nursing in October. By September, her anxiety had become severe enough that she began seeking medical treatment. Over the following months, she was prescribed several psychiatric medications. Prosecutors have emphasized that she did not consistently take every prescription. The defense argues that the rapid changes in medications, combined with an emerging postpartum illness, made her condition worse. Medication history is likely to become one of the trial's most heavily contested areas. Neither irregular use nor multiple prescriptions alone proves psychosis or criminal responsibility. The jury must evaluate that evidence alongside expert psychiatric testimony. By Thanksgiving 2022, Patrick said Lindsay was in rough shape. She seemed withdrawn. Her energy was low. She lost weight. She struggled to sleep. She became increasingly consumed by fears that ordinary childhood illnesses were signs of serious disease. In December, she began telling Patrick that she was having suicidal thoughts. She also disclosed intrusive thoughts involving harm to the children. That detail is central to the case. People suffering from anxiety, obsessive-compulsive symptoms, or postpartum depression may experience unwanted images or fears that horrify them, precisely because they do not want to act on them. Patrick testified that Lindsay continued caring for the children immediately after describing those thoughts. She prepared meals, changed diapers, put them to bed. To him, she appeared frightened by the thoughts, not committed to carrying them out. Still, the situation became serious enough that Lindsay sought emergency care. On New Year's Eve, she went to Massachusetts General Hospital because of suicidal ideation. She was later transferred to McLean Hospital, a psychiatric facility. She remained there until January 5th. Her release came just before Cora's 5th birthday. But discharge from a hospital does not necessarily mean someone has fully recovered. Patrick testified that after Lindsay returned home, he believed she was improving. On January 14th, he left her alone with all 3 children for approximately 2 hours while he met friends for brunch. Lindsay reportedly encouraged him to go. Nothing happened. Days later, Patrick took Cora skiing, leaving Dawson and Callan at home with Lindsay. Again, he saw no reason for concern. Her parents visited during the weekend before the killings. They also believed she seemed better. Her mother reportedly texted afterward, expressing relief at the apparent improvement. Those moments support the defense's argument that Lindsay had repeated opportunities to harm the children, yet did not. But prosecutors may interpret them differently, as proof that she was capable of controlling her behavior, organizing daily life, and concealing her intentions. The same evidence can point in opposite directions. On January 24th, 2023, Patrick believed Lindsay was having one of her best days in months. That morning, she took Cora to a medical appointment. Patrick stayed home with the boys. The couple exchanged ordinary messages. At one point, Patrick sent a photograph of Dawson, proud because he had dressed himself. Later, while Patrick worked from a home office, Lindsay and the children built a snowman, created art projects, and sent him photographs. When he came upstairs, she appeared happy and engaged with them. She did not report hearing voices, did not tell Patrick she was suicidal, did not say she feared she might hurt the children. Nothing in Patrick's account warned him not to leave. At 4:53 that afternoon, Lindsay texted about dinner. She suggested takeout from a restaurant called 3V in Plymouth. It was farther from their home than other options. She also asked Patrick to pick up medication. The prosecution argues that these errands were deliberate. By sending Patrick away, they say, Lindsay created a window of time in which she could be alone with the children. The defense says ordering dinner was an ordinary household decision, not evidence of a murder plan. Before leaving, Patrick held Callan, kissed Cora on the head, and saw Dawson eating chicken nuggets on the couch. Lindsay appeared normal. Then he drove away. While Patrick was gone, Lindsay used exercise resistance bands to strangle all 3 children. She then jumped from a 2nd-story window. The fall severely injured her spine, leaving her paralyzed from the waist down. The central facts are not disputed. Lindsay killed Cora, Dawson, and Callan. The trial is not deciding who committed the acts. It is deciding whether she was legally, criminally responsible when she committed them. When Patrick returned, the house was unusually quiet. He found Lindsay outside, bleeding and badly injured. During the 911 call later played in court, Patrick asked where the children were. Lindsay indicated they were in the basement. Patrick ran inside. He found all 3 children unresponsive, with exercise bands around their necks. His cries were captured on the emergency call. Jurors heard him realize, in real time, that his children had been killed. Emergency responders attempted to save them. Cora and Dawson were pronounced dead that evening. Callan died several days later at a hospital. The prosecution argues this was not a sudden act committed without understanding. They point to the dinner request, the distance of the restaurant, the time needed to kill 3 children separately, and actions suggesting organisation. Their theory is that Lindsay wanted to escape motherhood, waited until Patrick left, then carried out a deliberate plan. The defence argues Lindsay was experiencing postpartum psychosis, a severe psychiatric emergency that can include hallucinations, delusions, confusion, paranoia, and a break from reality. Her attorneys say she had been deteriorating for months, had sought help repeatedly, and had been prescribed numerous psychiatric medications. Patrick's testimony may support that argument. He described a devoted mother whose mental health changed dramatically after childbirth, someone who disclosed frightening thoughts, sought hospitalization, and seemed to shift between deep distress and ordinary functioning. Patrick also testified about a later telephone conversation with Lindsay. According to his account, she said she heard a voice telling her that this was her last chance. The meaning of that statement will likely be heavily debated. The defense may present it as evidence of psychosis. Prosecutors may question when the claim emerged, whether it is reliable, and whether it reflects Lindsay's state of mind during the acts themselves. If the jury finds her guilty of murder, she could face life imprisonment without parole. If she is found not guilty because she lacked criminal responsibility, that would not mean she simply walks free. She could be committed to a secure state psychiatric facility with continued confinement determined through mental health and court proceedings. Patrick occupies an almost impossible position in this trial. He is a prosecution witness. His testimony establishes the timeline, the dinner errand, the children's final hours, and the moment they were found. Yet he has also publicly said that he forgives Lindsay. He has described her as ill rather than evil. He later divorced her and has since rebuilt parts of his life. But forgiveness is not a legal verdict. It does not determine criminal responsibility, and it does not erase what happened. Patrick can believe Lindsay was profoundly sick, while also grieving 3 children she killed. Those truths can exist together. The trial also raises difficult questions about postpartum mental health care. Lindsay sought treatment. She disclosed suicidal thoughts, reported intrusive thoughts, entered a psychiatric hospital, and received medication. Yet 3 weeks after her discharge, 3 children were dead. Patrick has filed a separate wrongful death lawsuit alleging failures in Lindsay's treatment. Those civil claims remain distinct from the criminal trial. Still, the case forces uncomfortable questions. How should clinicians assess intrusive thoughts involving children? How closely should postpartum patients be monitored after hospitalization? How do families distinguish unwanted thoughts from immediate danger? And what support exists for a parent who seems stable one hour and profoundly unwell the next? As of July 30th, 2026, the trial remains underway. Psychiatric experts are expected to become central witnesses. They may disagree about diagnosis, medication, planning, and whether Lindsay understood that her actions were wrong. The jury will be asked to make a decision that is emotionally unbearable, but legally precise. They must decide whether the Commonwealth proved, beyond a reasonable doubt, that Lindsay Clancy was criminally responsible when she killed her children. But whatever the verdict, Cora, Dawson, and Callan should remain at the centre of this story. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any updates on this case. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, take care of your loved ones, and I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast, You Can't Unhear.